In the history of Kaiju, there have been a lot of great Kaiju fights, from dinosaurs ancient beyond belief, to giant robots from space. Here are Jp-Zilla's 5 favorite Kaiju fights through the history of Kaiju films. Number 5. Kong vs. the Big One. We got to see Kong take on the Big One, biggest of the skull-crawler species we have seen so far. This fight is action-packed, and never has a slow point. The way that the skull-crawler fights is unique, and seeing Kong's response to this style of fighting was very fun. Kong's use of weapons such as a tree as a club, or propeller attached to a chain, only made the fight even more thrilling. Number 4. Godzilla vs. Zilla. This fight may not have lasted long, but was a fun experience. Seeing America's interpretation of Godzilla, Zilla, fight the original Godzilla. In this fight, Godzilla faces off against Zilla, one of the many kaiju being mind-controlled by aliens. Zilla roars at Godzilla, jumps at his head, is tail smacked midair by Godzilla, smashed into the Sydney Opera House, and disintegrated by Godzilla's atomic breath. Number 3. Godzilla vs. Anguirus. This is the fight that sparked the long-standing tradition of Godzilla fighting other kaiju. This fight is animalistic, fast-paced, and a lot of fun, and introduced a very interesting kaiju to cinemas. In this fight, Godzilla and Anguirus, 2 dinosaur species related to each other, brawl in Osaka. Number 2. Godzilla vs. Kong. Seeing these 2 colossal icons in kaiju films fight on the silver screen will be a fun and fantastic experience. But it may surprise you that this fight has already happened 58 years ago, in 1962. Godzilla and Kong clashed in an epic duel on top of Mount Fuji. Seeing Kong's superior fighting skills clash against Godzilla's superior strength and his fire breath make for a spectacular duel. In the end, Kong was given special lightning powers to defeat Godzilla, but despite this obvious plot convenience to get Kong to win, it was still a good match. Before we get to number 1, let's look at some honorable mentions. Godzilla vs. Rodan, King Caesar, and Anguirus. This fight from Godzilla Final Wars features Rodan, King Caesar, and Anguirus fighting against Godzilla. This fight put Godzilla in a situation where he is heavily outmatched by some of the strongest kaiju, but in the end, Godzilla stomps out victorious. Godzilla vs. Destroya. This fight was powerful and emotional. After killing Godzilla's son, Destroya attacks the mourning Godzilla, who is also dying from melting down to an excess of nuclear radiation. Godzilla destroyed Ghidorah with his infinite atomic heat ray, then melted down. Destroy all monsters. In this film, an alien race called the Kilaaks mind control all of the Earth's monsters. When the humans destroy the mind control device, the Kilaaks send King Ghidorah to destroy all monsters. All of the Earth's monsters then band together to beat the golden 3-headed dragon. Now for number 1. Number 1. Kaiser Ghidorah vs. Godzilla. This fight was supposed to end the Godzilla saga with a spectacular battle. After defeating all of the kaiju, Godzilla has to face one more threat, Monster X. After a big battle, Monster X transforms into Kaiser Ghidorah, an alien kaiju similar to King Ghidorah, but much more deadly. Godzilla is beaten, but when he is given a major boost of energy from a mutant human, Godzilla is revitalized and tosses Kaiser Ghidorah into the air and blasts him into space with his red spiral heat ray. This fight is absolutely spectacular and a good way to close a 50-year franchise. As X, the leader of the Exilian alien race, once said, "Now let's enjoy the main event, the last chapter in the Godzilla saga." I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click that like button, comment, and subscribe to Jp-Zilla.